friends, today is another day. It's the end of the week. Shabbat is coming. So I'm happy to be in Shabbat mode today as well. And someone dear to me needed some prayer, and I'm happy. I'm happy it went well. So I'm not taking the honor of that. No honor for me. It's only the Hashem Almighty. So what to do? You see, I thought of this beside everything, that to regard it to some degree, it's true that if you become some superstar because of your so-called importance, people will be corrupted. It's in my opinion. I can say that I am very opinionated about that. That if people get too important, they tend to be arrogant. Never mind. It's some similarities, and I hope the people that listen to this doesn't take it wrongly. And it was in all the times, back in the 70s, 80s, that some preacher came from, he was Norwegian, but he has spent some educational time in the United States of America. So kind of it's he came from a big culture. He had gained wisdom that no one else could access, and it made something. It's quite, for me. It's because it's not a it's not a defined status, but it is kind of the notion that those that are coming from America is so big and mighty and powerful and all this. And I think it's also, they say in the news media that the greatest power of all is America, and the person that have the greatest power of all is the American president. If you listen to me, Mr. President, whoever you may be, Trump or Biden or Bush. We called it Bush because it was this, I can't go into it because it's too much. It's this chocolate, Stratus. We have it in Norway and it was very sweet, and the cow there that milked this thing, he said Bush. Enough with these jokes. It's, you see, when you get the opinion that you are high and mighty, it's because you are coming from some place that people have not reached. It's like Columbus, which came to America. I think he felt as an underdog compared with those Indians. But they discovered gold, silver and gold. And Even in Africa, people discovered Mr. Livingston. He was traveling when at a certain time he met up with this Dr. Watson, I think it was, Watson or who, Livingston, Watson, whatever. Let me see. With Stanley. Henry Morton Stanley. That is... and this Stanley saw that Livingston was picking up some stones along the way. And later on that night, and he kind of throw it away. Livingston throw those stones away. And maybe not you have heard this story, but this journalist, Morton Stanley, he asked, what was it with those stones you threw away? And as a geologist, he said it was diamonds. What? Diamonds? Yeah, diamonds. But why did you throw diamonds away? And Dr. Livingston, he said, because people will run from the whole Europe. The whole world will be covered with people that are exploiting Africans in order to get these diamonds. Now they have found the largest diamond that is found is in Africa. It was called Cullinan diamond. It was so big that it could almost be as a fist. Maybe not this big, bang, but it was kind of a big diamond. Whole diamond. It took a lot of brain power, because those Jews that study this field of cutting diamond, they knew how to do it, but it took years to cut it. And a diamond like that, it's some part of it is in the crown of England. So that's where that went, the crown of England. And the Indians have been exploited. Look what happened to the areas that the Indian lived. They were pushed away, because now the new settlers, because the Indians have this idea that you can't own anything, because Mother Nature, Mother Earth, is just for everybody. So they had this open-minded. So it was not just for them, but for everybody. But when the European came, they moved them away, as if they didn't belong there. Maybe the Indian were Jews. Jews that emigrated from Israel from back in those ages that they were expelled. You are not belonging here. Every occupant of Israel, they call it Palestine because they want to convert. It's another occupation of word, of language. So the importance, you can end up you can end up exploited. If you have some important message, for example, if I was hooked by some company, they said, I will pay you maybe $1 million for you just to be in our concept. I may do that, but in that case, I will be owned by their concept. And if I said something, for example, like the one that YouTube are deleting, this pandemic, it have been a straight out deletion, or what you can call it. It is a different word for it. If you say something that is in their eyes wrong, it's blocked. I can even get my profile blocked. In that case, maybe YouTube own me. But if they find my videos, my saying so genuine, that some company is interested in that, come, let us join together. I may be so corrupt that you will not recognize me for who I was back here now. I will obviously have this audience, not you, but audience of photographs, of microphones, of graphics, of the background, everything will be altered to their idea. So people that are bought by money, they will change. So the big America that those preachers came from, we even got this astronaut, I don't remember his name, but he was an astronaut, landed on the moon. He came to Norway, and it was the biggest event, maybe in the Pentecostal era, that we got this moon traveler, so-called moon traveler, to preach or to say something, like an interview, or it was translated, because back then we couldn't know all this English. It was too fast, maybe too complicated, and it was maybe he too was bought. It's said by these conspiration theorists that this moon traveler Mr. Armstrong, that he was owned by some company. And all the video that was, I remember vividly that my mother, we didn't have a television back then. It was in the early 70s. Let me see which year. 1969. The 20th July 1969. That was when my mother and dad came back, and she asked a neighbor that had this television. It was later known that they were Jewish offspring. Big small world. And yes, we could come and see, and we boys, my brother and me, we went up, wanted to look at this moon landing. And we had this famous reporter in Norway about this science and space, Tandberg, and he was introducing the whole program as it happened. I don't remember much about the talk, but we saw that the slowly motion of this spacecraft was landing. And Mr. Armstrong stepped out. So the big, the kind of those kind of people that have been in America, coming back to the little Norway or a little other country, it was kind of odd. We felt the real distance between us and them. It was us and them, not we. It was no longer we. It was them, us. So what would we have to prove of? We came from big Africa. That was merely nothing to compare with those from from America. It's this big the notion of something very big. And I know this mindset a little bit, that if you have this high education, you look down on other people, or you look up at them. More to the point, people that meet doctors, professors, and all this kind of stuff, look up at them as if they have some more importance. Maybe so, but you would never know, because each and every person have his own, her own importance. And I think throughout my life I have believed in that. Ever since I was filled with the Holy Spirit, I wish that people would be more open to the Holy Spirit, because it can be some equilibrium, some mind-blowing equilibrium. Because as a little child, I thought very, very correct that no people are beyond others. No one is beyond. No, everybody is equal in a way. We are not similar. Of course, we are similar. We are equal, but we are different. We have different qualities, like this diamond that Livingston throw away. It is kind of okay. He threw it away because it belonged more to Africa than to the European, which corrupted everything, which spoiled everything. So I think that if you are bought, my friend, into a big company that see the benefit of what you are doing, the uniqueness, the personality, how you are as a person, if they buy you, if you want to be bought of a company, you most probably should know this: you will be corrupted. You will be corrupted. That's why people get money for labor. You are corrupted to do something. You wouldn't do it for nothing. That is slavery. In fact, that's not only corrupted by both parties. You corrupt yourself by slavery, but sometimes you don't even have a choice. You have to slave. Work for free, maybe just work for live another day. But to receive money by that company that pays you, you are corrupted. You can corrupt yourself. That's a different degree, but it's still the same. If you work for yourself, self-employed, you are corrupted by the money. You are dependent on the income of money. We are slaves. People are slaves to that money, because they depend so much on the money that the whole world, their whole life is all about the money. So when people come from somewhere, you may think that they have some higher degree, higher importance. So I started by, if someone get to understand that his or her message is so important. You have all these bloggers that are talking, writing. I can't even begin to comment on that, because everybody is a blogger today, even me. But I believe in the personality that you are innate, born with. The kind of charisma, the kind of enlightenment that you have to your degree. That's why I believe in time. I believe in life. I believe in advancement, movement. I believe that we have to regard ourselves as a void, entity of void, because in void you can collect so much. It is an endless collection, and you can't define how much you can take. You can't define that. The value of you will always be expanding, but you don't need to dwell on achievements or disappointments. Just continue. Because I have learned this in life, that if you are disappointed, if you did a mistake, if someone did some hurt to you, by 2 days, 2 days is given for you to recover. And believe in 2 days, 2 days. It's good to recover. And if you see a man that you feel awkward and underdog to, let it be 2 days. That you can recover from that, because it's some what can we say? It's some hurt, inborn something when we grow up, that our space is so little that we feel that everybody that is coming into my space, my environment, they are so big and mighty. It's that kind of crib feeling, that you are just in your own crib, but those people are from outside are so big and mighty. No, they are coming just they are living in their own crib, so to say. It's nothing you should be ashamed of. It's good to keep yourself. Just be aware. I don't say don't be corrupted. It's good to be corrupted, because it's kind of a duty. It's kind of a honor that you are wanted, that you are explicit, that you are genuine, that you are unique. So that's something to appreciate. And you can know that, okay, I am corrupted to a certain degree, but not the whole way, not the whole, that is not, I have some qualities that is only mine. So you have to do your thing. I think by me keeping on this, I explore my own self. And it's quite important to do that, exploring in your own self. That you, I don't want to make a show here. It's not in my nature even. I am not I'm not an artist. I'm not something that people should mind. I'm quite. I feel quite awkward many times. And but I think that the more I do this kind of talk without being dishonest, Um, I think I will be exploring myself to the certain degree that maybe I need, because it's the language I use to broaden my perspective, broaden my view. I will do my best. I do this not because of you that you are listening here. Maybe it's in some degree, but in the main core of this is to explore myself. Who is Mr. Jervolstad? Who is he? Can I find anything to adjust? Can I find anything to level up? Or do I need to be more aware of unhealthy mindset? I think the mindset, my friends, we should talk more about that. The mindset that we are more or less dependent on. It's like operation system. Our mindset should be in some way viewed from above. So in some degree we can change our mindset from, you see, if you can. I said this quote yesterday. Let me see what I wrote. I said something like, I think your opinion stinks if you can't criticize me as well. That was coming to my mind, because if people are just lip services, I don't really believe them. If they say, "Oh, this is so well done, Ole, it's so good, it's what you say is so important, blah blah blah," but you see, it's some. I believe, of course, I know it better than you. I don't care about your opinion in that way, but if you can contribute with some alternative viewpoints, I don't think it's... I can come with statements that people agree, that is okay. It's okay, but when people only talk well about you, it's kind of corruption in itself. If people are honest about you, disappointed when they say something very straight to your face, you will kind of believe them. You may take the criticism bad. That is okay. I believe that even the smallest degree of criticism can be very hurting. But if people dare to say something, throw it back. Ole, I throw you away. I don't regard it. All this kind of criticism, it should be regarded as some value, because it's factual. Maybe it's not factual in itself, the argument, but it's the person that is saying something is a dependent person. He or she have his own opinion. He makes his own mind about what you are talking about. And that's the contribution that is wanted out of this. So my friend, don't regard yourself as low underdog. Be equal to everybody. And I wish you all Shabbat Shalom. It's the blessing that we can't throw away.